Good morning. The Indian markets ended up yesterday with Sensex closing up by 106 points at 20,898 and Nifty closing up by 41 points at 6,217. India's current account deficit narrowed sharply to 1.2% of the GDP in July to September from 4.9% a quarter ago. The Finance Ministry said it expects India's GDP to grow at 5% in 2013-14 April to March quarter against a projection of 5 to 5.5% made earlier. The Finance Ministry said the government will stick to the fiscal deficit target of 4.8% of GDP for 2013-14. Morgan Stanley Research upped India's growth forecast for 2013-14 to 4.7 and 5.1% respectively from 4.4% and 4.6% and has kept the 2015 forecast unchanged at 6%. Ashok Leyland's figures for July to September state that the sales in November were down 27% from a year ago at 5,375 units. Sales of light commercial vehicles declined 8% on year to 2,660 units. Gain India has struck significant oil reserves in its Krishna Godavari basin and expects to produce 8,000 to 10,000 barrels of oil per day from 2017. Coal India has suffered a production loss of around 6 lakh ton or a revenue loss of 500 million rupees due to an agitation by contract workers in the mines of the armed Mahanandi coalfields. Hero Motocorp sold 5,30,530 units in November, a growth of 5.6% from the 5,02,305 units it sold in the same month last year. Ford India sold a total of 12,050 units in November, up 19% on year. General Motors India sold 6,214 vehicles in November, down 14% on year. Honda Cars India domestic sales were 9,332 units in November, up by 151% from 3,711 vehicles sold in the year ago period. Honda Motorcycle and Scooter India's sales surged 43% on year to 3,19,080 units in November. Yamaha Motor India sold 39,777 units in the domestic market during November, up 7% on year. The automobile component manufacturing industry in the country is expected to remain flat for the rest of its financial year owing to the present market situation. Key US indices ended lower yesterday as investors booked profits with the retail and mining companies being the worst hit. The downside, however, was limited as encouraging economic data provided supports to the indices. Most Asian indices were trading lower as encouraging economic data from US fueled speculation that the US Fed Reserve will soon start tapering its stimulus, but Japan bucked the weak trend as yen fell against the dollar. The Indian indices are seen opening slightly down on profit booking and tracking weak overseas markets. Trade is likely to be in range bound with the improvement in the current account deficit figure for July to September largely factored in. Thank you.